This is Axis and Allies 1914 on the 2RS channel, and video number 10 in this. Number 10, it is. There must be some sort of anniversary for us. Well, happy 10th video anniversary to us. We're on with the Brits. I'm stupid sometimes. We're on with the Brits, the UK forces, and this whole round, up to this point, round number 5, has been sort of a stand and deliver kind of round. Not in the highwayman sort of sense of give us all your money, but a lot of the forces have been standing still and delivering reinforcements to the front. Apart from obviously the battle up in Moscow, that was phenomenal, and I guess the one in Tiralia where the Italians have been attacking or have been attacked by Austria-Hungary and will, I think, kick back this turn and do a lot of expensive damage. It's been more of a reinforcement sort of game or round, and I think this time it's going to be exactly the same. The UK are simply buying infantry and artillery. It's going to be the last sort of major buy, I think, down in Persia. After that, I think they can start trickling a lot more expensive units into their London region. So we'll have a look over there first. It's no more than a simple reinforcement by one of the ships will go round into Sea Zone 8, pick up the 2 guys from Wales and move back in to Sea Zone 9, and we'll drop these 2 guys off over in Belgium. These 2 guys from Yorkshire will come down and they will go into Belgium too, just to reinforce the French there. I know we could go into Holland and have a little bash up there, but you are getting into dangerous waters with the Kiel port having mines in the area, and we don't want to run into any mines. So that is the Europe side of the map done. Down in Africa, one simple move, walking into Cameroon. I should put a chip on there to let us know that is ours. In Transjordan, the song remains the same. And further up in Mesopotamia kind of region, it's just going to be shuffling units forward. We can do a lot of work with our 2 boats here. We can move the infantry and artillery in from Persia, and then 4 more units, which would be 2 infantry and 2 artilleries. And I shall tidy all that up. There's going to be absolutely 0 dice rolling. Next up will be the Ottomans. Let's see if they want to have a crack somewhere. Well, this stand and deliver stuff is contagious. I think it's possibly also quite correct that the Ottoman Empire are going to be doing a very similar thing to everybody else. The big battle is going to be over here in Europe at a certain point in time, but with the victory conditions being taking one of the major cities plus one other, Constantinople will have to really look after their own back door, as well as just be a bit of a pest to the UK forces. So I think their buy is just a very predictable infantry artillery type of buy to max out their expenditure this go. They are going to make one movement and have 1 dice roll. The movement's going to be one of the guys from Constantinople will be going into Greece to give us a 2 versus 1 and try and just grab a couple more ICPs, if we can. Lucky it wasn't ICI. And we have a shuffle round with units from Ankara. We're going to move just 2 of the artillery forward into the Syrian desert to give them a bit of a boost. We are going to move the 2 infantry units. We're not going to leave the air on his own bereft, don't worry about that. They're going in from Constantinople, they're going in from Constantinople, and we're going to reinforce the units into Constantinople. I know we're doing it out of sequence, but don't worry about that too much, because we only got the 1 dice roll. It's going to be down in Greece. We can do this without too much fuss. He says getting the dice in the wrong place to start off with. We have 2 Greek infantry versus 1 Italian infantry. 2 at 2 versus 1 at 3. They do have the odds for this, but only just. And they both miss. Italian fires back at 3s and gets a hit. Oh, isn't that annoying? Yes, it is, but that's life. And I think, apart from tidying the chips around there, that's going to be it. It's just going to be the Italians now to see how much and what they want to do with the Tyrolean region, being as though the Germans are next door in Munich here. I think they might just have a bash and a reinforce. I don't want to do stand and deliver for the whole of this game. See you in a bit. Italy on turn 5. They're not keeping their powder dry. They're going to go for it because they're Italian. Why not indeed? With their tricolour flying in the background. They're going to take 2 guys from Rome onto a boat around to Greece and try to do to the Ottomans what the Ottomans couldn't do to them. That's going to be one battle. It's a little bit of an IPC grab, but they could move all the way through to Serbia, Bulgaria. Ooh, that'll put the cat amongst the pigeons. The main battle, however, will be in Tyrolia. There are some tanks, but they don't defend very well. There are some infantry, artillery and an aircraft we have to be wary of. So we're going to be moving into the Tyrolia region, extra guys from Venice, and of course on the shuffle, Tuscany into Venice, and just these 2. We are getting a wee bit shy of units here. I'm hoping we've got enough to hold off and let the Entente come piling through, but we will see what happens when this battle is rolled. It's on the board. Let's have a look. So the Austria-Hungarians will have air superiority, boosting their artillery up. That's about the only good news that they've got. For the Italians, they've got 7 artillery in there, so all their infantry get a kick up the backside, which means we're getting 7 and 5 is 12 at 3s. We're expecting 6 hits. How many can we see? It doesn't look that good. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5, 6. I take all that back. It's a 50% kind of roll, but very damaging, I think, to the Austria-Hungary. Let's see what they can do in reply. Keep those 6 where we can see them. They're 1 aircraft. We're rolling at 2s and misses. They're 3 artillery going at 4s and get 2 hits. They're defending infantry going at 3 and get a hit. And they're 2 weaky tanks going in at 1s when they're defending. Tanks are horrible and both miss. So 6 against 3. I'll get that up on the board, and next time I will speak to you we will be in Greece. This is the next time I'm speaking to you, and we're not in Greece. Reason being, everybody in the house say, ouch, because this is all that's left in Tyrolia. All that the Austro-Hungarians had to take off were expensive. They're down there, in tatters, in tears. It's what's happened. What can we do? But the battle in Greece is 2 attacking infantry and 1 artillery. That gets a boost. 2s at 3s may be enough just for these. And Greece does fall just with that 1 roll there. Haven't got to do the rest. The Ottoman Empire has 1 defending infantryman, and he gets a hit as well. So to get that up on the board, and next time we speak we will be looking at the Americans. This is the buy for America on round 5. I'm not spending any money. Reason being, America land are in the middle of the ocean and they're coming forwards. They're going to be moving this fleet 1-2 into the English Channel to offload everything into Belgium, and then it's a long way back for them, so they have plenty of time to sort out everything else in a minute. There's going to be no combat from America, surprise surprise, this time round. It's in keeping with the whole of this quiet round that we've had, but what we have to look forward to in video number 11 and turn 6 in this game is I think the big turning point. The turning point isn't with the Americans coming over. However, all these units that are here that will get into Belgium, that's going to be one hell of a kick in the pants for the Germans when they try to do anything. But the turning point really has been the success of really Italy in the Tyrol, and the French push forwards. Yeah, Moscow was fun, but I think really now it's what the Entente can do for taking the capital city of Berlin and perhaps Vienna in I'd say the near future, but it's probably going to be 4 or 5 rounds before we get there. But the tide has definitely shifted in the opposite direction now. The other great bit of fun we're going to have is going to be in Mesopotamia and Ankara. The Ottomans have got themselves quite a nice little force there on that front line. Yes, the Brits have got quite a few, but the Brits don't want to overcommit from their forces from India, because they've got to start spending a little bit in Europe. They can't just leave it to the French to liberate Europe. They need British help, of course. Italy are going to be the right real pain in the bottoms for Austria-Hungary and for potentially the Ottomans too, because these two guys now have got a free run. They can get to Serbia, they can get to Bulgaria, and if they're not stopped by the Ottomans or by the Austria-Hungarians having to backtrack, you backtrack the Trieste crew, then the guys from Venice can walk in. There's a lot happening here that the Central Powers aren't going to like. There's a lot for me to like with dice rolls, and I will be doing that in the next video. I will see you in video number 11.